Hello, ladies and gentlemen, I am EddCase of the Mob Cave. Welcome to my Blitz commentary series, where today we are following the adventure of ShutUpBrick in Firedemon's UHC. To make things even more interesting, this match is a cut-clean genie UHC, which I shall explain as the game goes on. Whilst Brick collects his very first materials, he notices that he's been scattered right next to another player. Luckily, there is a grace period at the start of the match, but only for 10 minutes. So he makes a quick wooden sword and hunts down some nearby chickens before the other player takes them from him. Going for a run, he gathers some early resources like gravel and sugarcane. It's worth mentioning that Cut Clean is a game mode that greatly increases the flint drop rate, as well as making iron and gold drop as ingots from ore blocks, and cooked meat drop from animals, making furnaces completely redundant. Brick finds a cow and gets the all-important leather to help him towards an enchanting table, before stumbling across a whole herd of cows ready for slaughter. Approaching nighttime, he burrows down into a cave and collects his first few patches of iron, using it to make a little bit of armor before PvP is declared. He hears some spiders through the wall and digs in their direction as PvP is enabled. Perhaps he'll be able to get a bow early, which will be very beneficial as this game mode encourages early combat. Indeed, it isn't long until the first PvP death. Brick makes his way into what has been revealed to be a spider spawner. He quickly takes care of the spiders, there's another death, and makes himself a bow and a good supply of arrows. There's another death. Putting together some more armor, he turns and mines some gold. Death. Within 15 minutes of the start of the match, he is back on the surface again, geared up and ready for conflict. He runs through the forest at nighttime, avoiding the dangerous mobs as he does so, until a skeleton piques his interest and Brick dices him without taking a hit. Yep, another death. He seems to have taken a personal disliking to the bony archers on the surface and proceeds to demolish any that stand in his path. Killing yet another, he bounds past a creeper before it can blow up. Yet another explosion rings out from another source. Someone is nearby. He looks for a name tag through the tree and scrambles up the hill to see an armoured player to the north. He aims, fires, and gets a hit, just before yet another death. Action seems to be happening all over the map, but now it is his turn to try and put his name on the scoreboard. It's now time to tell you what the Genie game mode means. Every player has 3 wishes. They can start off choosing a golden apple, a diamond sword, or an anvil. But every time they get a kill, they move up to the next tier of wishes, which grants greater and greater items. Every battle is important, so let's see how Brick handles this one. Focusing him down with the bow before moving into melee pays off, only taking 3.5 hearts before getting the kill. Now he has access to a player head, a speed 1 potion and a strength 1 potion. He throws out the GG and then moves back to the imperative task of killing skeletons. With death still coming in thick and fast, he decides to make his first wish and get a strength potion to hopefully give him an edge in the next battle. The next battle, which is just around the corner, as Brick is goaded into conflict by an opponent throwing snowballs in his direction. Not caring for a winter-themed war, he knocks an arrow in his bow and immediately returns fire. The other player places up a barricade to defend from Brick's onslaught, but still takes a hit from over the top. After a few more shots to keep him in cover, he backs off to scope out the area and replenish his hunger bar, when he notices a warhorse in the distance. Fearing becoming sandwiched between the two, he moves quickly to the edge of the hill and takes the plunge. He runs away from the hill, but keeps an eye open to see if anyone is following. When the non-mounted combatant also water drops off the edge, he takes a couple of shots to keep him at bay, before escaping to a safer distance. Watching from further away, he takes a few more pot shots, but the horse is moving very fast and he'll be lucky to get a hit on him. But as he watches, he notices the other player make a move on the horseman. This might give him the advantage he needs to win this battle. He quickly moves in on their position, aiming to take them out whilst they're in combat with each other. Back on the original hill, Brick runs headlong into one of the warriors. In a repeat of his first battle with this player, he gets a hit on him as he tries to build a defensive wall, and after firing a few more times to keep him in cover, he backs off to scope out the area and replenish his hunger bar. But this time, there is no warhorse on the horizon. The fight is on. He bounds back towards the barricade and chases the player who has moved off down the back of the hill. Ever vigilant, he watches out for anyone who might launch a sneak attack, but it doesn't look like there is anyone coming up behind him. In fact, there is someone in front of him. The horseman has now dismounted, and it looks like the conflict is going to come toe-to-toe between all 3 of them. Brick fires at the nearest player, but the horse takes the shot for him.
Epic horse steal.
He takes the horse for himself, galloping through the trees to safety, but he quickly turns around to rejoin the battle. Let's see what happens with Brick as the new horseman. Using the horse and the strength potion to his advantage, Brick cleans up the two players, survives with just 1.5 hearts remaining, and unlocks another 2 tiers of wishes. After eating a couple of apples, he brings his health back up to a more respectable 5.5 hearts. But within moments, another player appears on a nearby hill. Brick mounts his horse, but takes a hit as he tries to escape. Luckily, his absorption hearts cushion the damage. After gaining a safe distance, he makes another golden apple before heading out on the hunt again.
Epic horse damage.
Racing towards the sound of a nearby death, he sees Jason the Steve clambering down a steep hill in front of him. He draws his bow and shoots again and again, but something appears to be wrong with his bow. The arrows seem to be landing in a tree and behind him. Coming further down the hill, he alerts the other player when he eats the golden apple. The horse is causing him more trouble than it's worth right now, so he ditches it and tries to get back to better ground without getting shot to pieces. Let's see what happens. Diving down the hill as the other player escapes, the allure of the enchanted item drops in the river is too much. Despite the danger, he begins sorting through the gear as fast as he can, but the other player is still around, and the tables are about to be turned. Jason the Steve drops a block too far and hits the ground too hard. Unfortunately for Brick, this doesn't count as his kill, so he doesn't unlock the next tier of wishes. But now all the loot is his to pick through. He quickly enchants his items, devours another apple, and combines his gear to get sharpness and power too. Ready for battle, and at the top of the killing scoreboard, he rides off through the night on his trusty steed.
Epic horse damage.
Charging up the hill, he takes another player by surprise, firing once again from horseback, but this time with more success. His health is dwindling now, but his gear is good. Can he secure another kill? Out of nowhere, B-Boy Blowup appears and steals the kill, and now poses a significant threat to Brick. He takes advantage of being on horseback to keep at distance from the new player, but this has changed the dynamic of the battle. Let's see how Brick handles this. Another player arrives on the scene, and even some skeletons join the fray, wanting revenge on Brick for their fallen comrades. With 2 players on him now, he keeps backing up and tries to whittle them down with arrows. But as he fires one shot, it bounces off the horse and hits him in the face! Down to half a heart, he tries to retreat down a hill.
Epic horse death.
And so Brick falls, but with his name currently at the top of the scoreboard with 4 kills. In the end, it turned out that the horse was literally his downfall. But what do you think? Was it a good choice, or should he have held his horses? Was he backing the wrong horse? Or was he on a wild goose chase? If you'd like to play in one of these matches, then head on over to the Ultra Hardcore Reddit. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing and hitting that like button. Thank you very much for watching. I have been EddCase, this has been ShutUpBrick's Perspective, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.